Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. For today's video, I'm going to be trying out a new product for the first time. I'm going to be doing a first impression and review on the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. This is a brow styling wax and I have heard so many great things about it and so many negative things about it. So I am so curious about what I'm going to think trying out this product today. I'm gonna try it in my brows for the first time and I'm gonna wear it throughout the day just to see how it holds. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and let's get started. So as we can see, I have most of my makeup on already besides my brows, so I'm quite anxious to get them on. The packaging here says that this is an extreme hold styling wax that lifts and holds brows in place for a feathered effect. Let's open this guy up and I'll show you what it looks like. I do think ABH did a fabulous job with the packaging. The chrome reflective lid is just so beautiful. And then here is what the product looks like inside. It's literally just a clear wax. So what I've seen from people online is that they use this in their brows first before they go in and fill them in with a pencil or a pen or powder or whatever they use. And I assumed that it would say somewhere on the packaging that that was the order in which you were supposed to do things, but it doesn't. And I personally prefer to fill in my brows first and then go in with a brow gel to set them and get them into the place where I want them to be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side by putting the gel in first. I guess I should call it a wax. It's a wax. So I'm going to do one side by putting the wax in first, and then I'm going to do the other side by filling it in with a pencil first, and then I'll switch. I do really like a laminated look to my brow. I don't necessarily love the like full on, really like extreme laminated look. I think there's like something in between, like a nice brushed up feathery supermodel brow. So I have a little spoolie here and I'm actually just gonna bend it so that I can have like a little bit more mobility with it. And I'm gonna go ahead and just pop a little bit of this in here. I'm actually like so excited to go dip into here for the first time. Oh, it feels quite different than I was expecting. It's quite a bit softer than I imagined. Okay, I don't want to get too much on the brush. I'm actually gonna just tap some of the excess off onto the lid here. I really don't want too much product. I also have seen some girls use these types of styling waxes and you can like see the wax in their brow hairs. I don't want that. I'm assuming that's just from using too much. So I'm gonna just go right in and start brushing the hairs where I want them to go. My brows are also pretty messy right now. They need to be plucked and shaped, but I don't really mind that look sometimes, you know? So that's just the way it's gonna be. Okay, right off the bat, I really love, I love the way that made my brows look literally in like 2 seconds. Everything just looks neat. I'm now flipping it over and using the handle here just to press those hairs down into my skin and shaping it into the shape that I want it to be. Stunning, beautiful. If you want a really naturally shaped brow with no extra color, this is wonderful for that. I can tell right off the bat. Okay, for this brow, I'm going to take a little brow pencil here. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift, and I'm gonna fill in my brow first, just how I would normally do it. And now I'm going to go back into the wax here. I'm actually going to use what I had put onto the cap. And then I'm going to go in and brush the hairs up and out. And once again, I'm just flipping it over. I'm pressing those hairs down into the skin so that hopefully they'll stick and stay. Really nice. I quite like the way that that looks. I'm just gonna bring the tail hairs more down. I like that once you get the wax into your brow, you can kind of play with everything a little bit so you can get the shape exactly how you want it. That looks really nice. I can see a little gap right in the front of my brow right here, so I'm just gonna really quickly add a little bit more product in there with the pencil. And that right there, my friends, is a really quick, really beautiful, really fluffy brow. So let me come back over to this side here and try filling it in after I put the wax in. It is nice to do it this way because you can sort of see where you need to fill things in because your brow's kind of already in the shape that it's gonna end up in. And there we have brow number 2. Honestly, they both look really similar. I don't know which way I prefer. I'd have to keep trying it out to see what I end up doing on like my day-to-day makeup routine, but I'm really happy with the way that that looks. It definitely gives that laminated look. It really straightens out your brow hairs and you can get them into the shape where you want them. The question is, will they stay that way? I do have a entire tutorial showing you guys how to get this full glam, so I'm gonna link it across the top here and in the description box down below if you want to go check it out. I am going to go and live my life. We're gonna check up on these brows in a couple hours and I will see you then. Okay, hi guys, I just wanted to jump on here and give a little update. I'll do one more before I wrap up this video, but I finished doing my makeup around 1 and it's 5:30 now. So I would say that although the brow hairs are not as lifted as they were before, they're definitely still lifted. And I'd say for the most part, my brows have maintained their shape. Something that I'm really liking about it is that I can't see any type of waxy residue in my brow hairs at all. So it's done a really good job of like giving the laminated look and giving the hold without leaving any type of residue. I do feel like the brow pencil that I used has smudged quite a bit. I wonder if it might work better with like the Glossier brow flick as opposed to like a wax pencil. I might have to try this with it next. Yeah, it's definitely pretty smudgy. I don't know, it could be I'm using a different foundation than I normally use today. I also didn't use any setting spray today, so could have nothing to do with the brow wax, but it is something that I don't normally notice as much with my brows. And yeah, it's pretty easy to just kind of press down on them and kind of get back that full freshly applied look. So pretty malleable, pretty flexible, pretty good hold, not much residue, and so far so good. So far I'm actually quite happy with it. So we'll come back for another check-in. I am definitely going to be ready to take this makeup off pretty soon, but I want to keep the brow product in for as long as possible for you guys. So we'll come back in a little bit and we'll do one final check-in and we'll do a final review. Alright guys, it is 8 o'clock and I am so ready to take my makeup off. I suddenly feel so sleepy. We had Beyond Burgers and homemade french fries for dinner and it was so freaking good, but I feel so ready to just chill and enjoy the rest of my evening. So here is a final look at the brows. I've been laying on the couch here just recently, so they might be a little bit messed up from that. Overall, I'm actually really happy with it as a brow gel type product. I really like the way it makes my brow hairs look. It makes them look really defined and fluffy, so they really get that nice natural but defined look. I like that there's no visible residue. Is it a perfect hold? I'd say no. Like definitely when I first had them done, when I started this video, they were definitely more pressed up, but they are holding for sure. So is it a cement like hair gel like hold? I'm gonna go with no. Does it hold perfectly well for me? Absolutely. I think the fact that it has that little bit of extra movement, that little bit of extra malleability, just makes it look more natural, in my opinion. It's just more flexible. It moves but holds at the same time. And yeah, I really like the look of it, so I'm definitely gonna keep it. I'm definitely gonna keep trying it out. I'm gonna experiment with the brow flick. I'm gonna experiment with possibly a tinted brow gel over top after I go in with that. We're gonna play around with it a little bit more, so if you guys wanna see me try it out, definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss it. Overall, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, and if you're thinking about picking it up and you like the things that I had to say, then go for it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Me and Tupac are gonna say goodbye, and I'll see you in my next video.